Hey there Pepper Pots, I am back with another spread design. This is one of my shiny new spread designs that I've created that is very newly up for sale on my online store where I sell my readings and sessions and stuff, and I am particularly excited about this one. This is one that I designed for myself, that I was figuring out for me because I was going through a number of different issues and a number of different kind of troubleshooting needs that I had, and so this spread came out of that. I've done it a few times for me and I just found it to be really helpful. It's a really good check-in, but it's not something that I need to do super regularly for myself. It's something that gives me a lot to go on, a lot of meat off the bone, as I like to say. It gives me a lot that I can be working through and thinking about. It's not something that I need to return to all the time, and that's one of the key things I'm looking for with an effective spread for my clients, is one that is actually going to provide a wealth of information and insight, so that the client is not going to need to feel like they want to immediately come back and they want to know more and they have to have more. I want to design things that feel like they're giving a hell of a lot and there's something to process and there's a lot of stuff to work on. And this spread really made the cut for me in my own personal journey with food and fitness. So if you are on a food and fitness journey, if you are on a healthy lifestyle journey, if you're feeling like your consistency is a bit up and down with it, or you're not sure where you are right now, you're not sure what your goals are, that kind of thing, or if you have been meaning to get started on a food and fitness journey for ages, but you just haven't been able to find that groove in the wood and get going, the food and fitness spread could be for you. So before I begin explaining the breakdown of each individual position, I'll just let you know, as usual, this is just a setup, okay? I'm not going to be turning any of these cards over. I'm not going to be doing interpretations. This is not a reading for anyone. It's basically just a visual aid so that you can see how I lay the spread positions out, and so that when I'm going through them and talking about them, you get a sense of where they are, and so it kind of just helps the mind to be clear about that. So without further ado, the spread begins in the top left hand corner with position number 1, which is find the why. And this is about getting connected with your reasons for healthy living. So essentially, this first spread position is allowing you to reflect on why you are choosing to live a healthier lifestyle. Why are you choosing to work out? Why are you choosing to eat healthy foods, you know? And I know it kind of might seem like a bit of a no-brainer, like, well, obviously because it's good for you and all that kind of thing. But I think this card can actually go really deeply into connecting you with the existing why, which is within you, which you may have lost track of recently. Or it puts you in touch with the new why, you know, and you realise that you have actually kind of evolved into a new state of being since you made your commitments, or since you first had the desire for, you know, a food and fitness regime, and you reconnect with a different kind of why. Sometimes with this card you connect to a deeper why, and that's something I found really interesting, is kind of realising that I was being short-sighted with my reasons. I was being short-sighted with the kind of intention behind my workouts and behind my healthy eating. And actually, a lot of the time when I've done this particular spread, one thing that I've found that's come up for me personally with card number 1 is remembering my depression, is remembering that I suffer from depression, I suffer from low moods, and I know beyond any doubt that raising my endorphins when I'm doing exercise and eating healthy food helps my depression. And that's been a big part of the why that I have personally needed to reconnect to. So that's been a really interesting thing for me. It's just deepened me into it, you know? So all of my kind of more surface whys were things like, you know, that I've got to continue to build my core strength because of my back injury, you know, and this kind of thing. And really the deeper why is it makes me feel so fucking good. It makes me feel this overwhelming sense of positivity and optimism and strength and resilience, and it's very good for low moods. It's really good for my PMT. It's really good for my depression. So I think sometimes it just leads you to the deeper whys and just lets you reconnect with them. So it's a really interesting first spread position. So that first card about finding the why, that's kind of out on its own. The next 3 cards are going to all be about the journey with food, and then the next 3 are all about the journey with like fitness and working out, okay? And they follow the same format, so I'm going to go through them now. So position number 2 in the food and fitness spread is food, blocks and obstacles to watch out for. So here we're looking specifically at your diet, what you put into your body to fuel your body, the dietary choices you make, your feelings about food, that kind of thing. And we're looking at the obstacles, the difficulties, the dangers, the things that you might need to really get into perspective that are difficult for you, or that are continuously pushing you back into unhealthy habits or causing you to not get the progress that you're looking for. Then we move on to position number 3, which is key changes to make in your diet and eating choices. So this is where we look at the actions that you can take, the positive changes that you could consider, and thinking about how you want to create those shifts in your behavior, in your mindset, in your routine, thinking about what kinds of changes you can implement to make the diet and the eating choices into something that feels more positive and where you feel like you're gaining something from it and you're in control. And then the 4th spread position is a motivational message from spirit for healthy eating. So here we're really just connecting to that stuff, the higher self. We're connecting to what is beyond. We're connecting to disembodied knowledge. We're connecting to however it works in your particular brain, you know, whatever ideology, whatever framework you use. The message from spirit is intended to be motivational, encouraging, sometimes illuminating and revealing depending on the circumstances. So it's really that motivational message for healthy eating and making healthy, sensible dietary choices. So that can be a really awesome one to look at. Then with the final 3 on the bottom row, we're doing the exact same thing as the last 3 cards, but with fitness and workout. So card number 5 is fitness, blocks and obstacles to watch out for. So we're doing the exact same thing as we did with food, but we're looking specifically at the fitness and the workout regime and things. We're looking at basically any negative habits, any recurring unhelpful thoughts. We are looking at things that you do that are unhelpful, triggers that tend to throw you off track, looking at whereabouts there are pitfalls for you that you might need to pay attention to. And then the 6th spread position is key changes to make in your workout routine. So what can you do differently? What can you shift? And that could be in terms of your mindset, or it could be in terms of what you're doing for your workout regime. It could certainly be in terms of how you think about working out and exercising, getting it out of the box, thinking about it differently. A ton of different things could come through for changes to make to your workout routine. And don't be surprised, for those of you who do work out regularly, if this card comes up and says, take a load off, slow down, enjoy other aspects of your life too. You know, don't give it all up to the physical health and wellness. Make sure that you are spiritually nurtured, socially nurtured, creatively nurtured. That could come up as well, you know. So it's not always a card that urges you in the direction of thinking about where you can do more and how you can challenge yourself more. Sometimes it's about taking your foot off the gas, and you've got to be prepared for that as well in the card that comes up for you. And then the final card, the 7th position in the food and fitness spread, is a motivational message from spirit for your exercise regime. So it's really just getting those awesome high vibe messages that you need right now, that are encouraging, that are motivating, that are going to help you to get on track and stay on track with exercise. And, you know, some illuminating stuff, as I said, can come through from these cards, the motivational messages from spirit. Sometimes the messages that come through can be really profound, and they can really connect you to the individual circumstances of your own life and just give you that nudge when you need it, when you know where you're making the excuses or where things are feeling difficult for you. Sometimes that motivational message from spirit card taps right into that and really plunges you into it, and that is a really beautiful thing to experience, and that's what I experienced with the spread, and that's one of the few reasons that I am listing it on my shop now. So if you want to use this spread for yourself, if you want to give it a go and see what the messages are, please go right ahead. If you do share this spread anywhere online and you could give me a little shout out, that would be awesome, just so people know where the spread originated. And don't forget that this spread is actually for sale on my online shop. So if you would like me to do the food and fitness reading for you, and you would like to see what kinds of insights and messages come through when I do the cards for you, please click on the purchase option below. It will take you over to the store and you can add to carts. I offer my readings in 3 formats: email, pre-recorded video, or live video chatting away to you one-on-one. So there are a number of different options that you can choose from. The list of spread positions is in the down bar below as always. Thank you so much for checking in and exploring one of my new shiny spread designs with me. Much love, blessed be.